what's up, SoFlo Camp? Man, welcome to the workshop called How to Write Impactful Songs. I'm Josh Bramos. I'm a worship pastor over at City Rev Church. Hey, I'm so glad you're joining in. I know a lot of you guys love writing music. You love jotting down lyrics on anything. And I'm here just to kind of show you kind of like the foundational elements, the basics of songwriting and how to start, how to get excited about it, and then some of the things not to really worry about. So I got a keyboard here, I got a computer, got a cup of water here, and I dropped a cup of water here, but all the things you need to kind of have a successful writing session. It is not, I'm gonna start off with this, it is not a weird moment where you have a candle being lit and you're just kind of like meditating and downloading weird things from it. Songwriting is just basic. It's just you practice it just like you practice sports and you get better. The more lyrics you write, the better you get at rhymes. The more melodies you create, the more melodies you have in your bank. So don't think it's this weird thing that you have to like find an isolated room in the house in a dark corner or like go off some cabin in the woods, or you can write wherever you're at. A lot of songs I write are in the car. Sometimes I hum things in my voice memo. Sometimes I write lyrics wherever. So it's very easy. So I want to encourage you guys to really focus on the simplicity of it. So we're going to start with a few categories. Some of you guys might like writing worship songs. Some of you guys might like writing rap songs. Some of you guys might like writing R&B or alternative or electronic and whatever. Electronic's more musical, so I'm not going to get too much into the synth stuff and all the crazy programming, but I want to start with how you start a song, okay? One of the things to write an impactful song, one of the ways you can start writing impactful songs is what has impacted you. It could be any story. It could be the way you were brought up. It could be trauma in your life. It could be what God's doing in your life. It could be just something you're inspired by, a testimony, a story, a book you read, a movie you read. I mean, I wrote a song recently of a book I read about just slowing the pace down of life. And it wasn't a worship song. It was just a song I wrote on the piano about calming myself down and stop hurrying in everything I do in life. It's like fast paced. So what has impacted you? And then you start there. All right, so I have a piano with me and I have a computer. I use a software called Master Writer to write songs. It's all an all-in-one kind of place. It has, synonyms in it. It has rhymes in it. It has, word families, definitions. So you can use a Google Doc. You can use a notepad. Anything to chart your progress or write down so you don't forget it. So grab that and grab an instrument or your voice. I'm going to choose 3 chords. I'm in the key of C. I'm going to choose F. So I'm just going to make this up on the spot. I have not planned any rhymes. I have not planned any lyrical content. So this is pretty much raw. This might be embarrassing for me. I hope that I don't say something really cheesy or sing something cheesy, but I have nothing created right now. And I want you guys to understand that this is a raw moment. So first I'm going to start finding a melody of some sort. So I'm just going to mess around with 3 chords. I'm in the key of C. I'm going to choose the chord F. So F, I'm going to go to the A minor, and then G. So I'm going to pretty much stay with those 3 chords for all genres that I'm going to mention to you, all right? So I'm going to start with a basic genre. We're going to start with music we hear in church. That'll help kind of build the foundation. So I have my chord. All right, I'm going to play it for a little bit. So this is also the timing of this is 6/8. So it's 1, 2. Oh no, it's a 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2. That's my melody. All right, I'm just going to hang there for a little bit. 3 chords is all you can do. You can play it on guitar. You can play it on piano. You can sing it. If you're in the house, you don't have an instrument, you can just sing it. All right, those are my 3 chords. All right, so now I got a melody. I kind of like that little bit of a melody here. So now I'm like, okay, what has impacted me recently? So since we're on the worship category, I'm going to talk about spiritual things. Recently, I've been going through the book of Proverbs, and one thing God's been teaching me is to have soft speech, gentle speech, use prudence, discretion. Like, how has he been talking to me? More about like, in my conversations with my friends and my family, how to be loving and gentle and be a good listener. I guess that's what he's taught me, but that might not be the best for lyrical content. But let's just stick with it. I don't really know what's going to happen. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to write a chorus, okay? So here's the melody again. So I'm just going to mess around. My lyrics, what I'm going to say right now is going to be gibberish. It's not going to make sense. And I'm trying to find the melody of the chorus. Here we go. So I'm going to say something like, my words are few and you to. That didn't make sense, obviously. Lyrically, it didn't make sense. But I'm trying to, I like that melody. I'm going to stay with that. Da-da, da-da, da-da. I kind of like that. I'm going to stick with that. All right, maybe say something like, Father, you are the words that come from me. Doesn't make sense again, but I'm just trying to find the melody. Oh, all right, let's try this again. My words reflect the God that I will serve. I like that first line. I like the first line. My words reflect, maybe, the Father I adore. Okay, I like that. I'm write that down. My words reflect the God that I adore. I think it's kind of cool, that I adore. Now, adore is going to be kind of that word I'm going to rhyme with. So, my words reflect the God that I adore. Now, what rhymes with adore? More, for, store. What could be a spiritual word? So let's just go with more for now. My words reflect the God that I adore. I'm going brain fart here. So, my words reflect the God that I adore. And I want to show I love you more and more. Or I want to be like you more and more. You know, I want to speak like you more. Let's do that. I want to speak your words. I want to speak like Jesus more and, let's do that, like Jesus more and more. Like Jesus more and more. So let's just go with those two lines right there. That's my chorus, all right? Here we go. Here's the melody. My words reflect the God that I adore, and I want to speak like Jesus more and more. Oh, my words reflect the God that I adore, and I want to speak like Jesus more and more. Okay, very simple. It's not a top 10 song anywhere, But I want to show you how I kind of start the songwriting. So that's the worship world. All right, let's go to more like alternative, like kind of pop stuff. Okay, what's impactful to me in my life, or what have I been impacted by? Right now we're in a season of the news is showing us all the suffering in our world, all the trauma, all the pain, the brokenness, and so maybe I'm thinking about that, kind of put myself in the shoes of other people and understanding what they've gone through. So let's go with maybe the topic of pain. I'm going to keep the same chords, okay? So, and I got to think more like pop. I got to think radio. I got to think alternative. I might, I am who I am, so I don't know if I can really branch out too much and appeal to the style you like. But let's go with pop. Here we go. So, same melody. I'll change the way I sing a little bit, Maybe something like, oh, 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 da na 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 na, da na da da na, ba na 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 na. I like that melody. Let's stick with that. And again, I'm making these up on the spot, so they're not really that good. So maybe something like, the pain in this world has a in the ba da 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 da. So I got a melody there. I'm pretty good with that. Let's write some lyrics. So maybe something like, the pain in the world has a the pain in the world has a never-ending consequence, or a never-ending punishment's not probably the best word. A never-ending story, or the pain in the world has a recycling, maybe something like, the pain in the world has a never-ending repetition, a never-ending story to be told, a never-ending story to be told. Let's go with that. The pain in the world has a never-ending story. That doesn't make any sense, does it? The pain in the world has a never-ending story to be told. The pain in the world has a never-ending story that can tell. Never-ending story that can tell. The path that is, the pain in the world has a never-ending story that can tell. The pain from within a soul of another tongue. So I'm just making up stuff here, so bear with me on the lyrics. I'm just showing you that as I'm trying to think of the rhymes, I'm just keep singing the same thing. The pain in the world has a never-ending story that can tell. That the pain is within the heart of another. Something would tell maybe that the pain in the broken, the pain and the brokenness is something that can never, that has over, what does rhyme with tell? Sell? The pain in the world has a never-ending story that can tell. The pain and the brokenness is something that the media sells. You know, maybe something that, the pain and what's broken, the pain and what's broken is, pain and what's broken is something that the news will sell. All right, whatever. This doesn't sound good, but I'm just giving you examples. Here we go, ready? The pain that the world has is never-ending story that can tell. And the pain is what's broken is something that the news will sell. All right, kind of, you get the idea. Like, my whole point in showing you this is that's more of like a pop. So you get something like a, or like a snap, you know. So kind of like you make a beat, you know, whether it's in your lap or on a program on a computer. The pain in the world has a never-ending story to tell, and the pain and what's broken is something that the news can sell. So that's like pop stuff, you know. And again, I probably don't represent that pop music really well. So let's go to another one. All right, let's say we're doing more like love songs and just kind of melody. Maybe you have some stories in your life about love and relationships, and you want to write about that. And let's say recently, maybe it's been a wound in your heart, or maybe, yeah, let's just go with the wound idea, you know, because you have the two opposites. You have the wound and you have the joy. So let's go with the wound. Same chords, F, A minor, C. We'll slow it down a little bit. Maybe R&B, maybe country, maybe kind of love songs. I wish that I'd never known you. That's kind of dark, I don't know. But I couldn't come across something that felt you. Let's stick with that for right now. So, I wish I never would have known you. So maybe that line represents like the trauma in your life, and you just kind of wish that it never happened. So, I wish I would have never known you. I wish I would have never known you. And again, impactful songs don't have to be always like hope-filled. They can also be about like your story. Your testimony is not always a good, positive things. A lot of times our testimony is grief we've gone through. And God takes what is broken and the grief, and he makes it glorifying to his name. So when we share our broken stories, it helps us process things. My journals and my songs have a lot of dark stuff in them, and sometimes the song doesn't offer hope. That's okay. All right, so let's go with that melody again. I wish I would have never known you. God, the pain that everything had gone. Okay, gone through. It could be a cool phrase. The pain is something. The pain that you have brought is what I've gone. The pain is what I linger, let I'm gone. The pain is what is linger. The pain is what is linger as I go through. Or the pain is something altering my state of what I've gone through. Or I'm trying to think of a line. I wish I would have never known you. Phil Collins. I can't feel. Anyways, little rabbit trail there. I wish I would have never known you. The pain is something that I've always gone through. There we go. The pain is something that I've always gone through. Maybe repeat that first line. Sometimes I do that in songs because I want to reiterate what I said first. So, I wish I would have never known you. The pain is something that I've always gone through. And if it's something that I have to, it's something I have to do. If it's something that I have to walk to, or it hasn't been something that I want to. My story isn't one that I have chose. You, through, do, sue, crew. You know, I'm thinking of the rhymes here. Let's just go with two. How do we write? I wish I never would have known you. The pain is something that I've always gone through. I wish my story never would have had us two. I wish my life would have never taken us to. I wish I never would have, or I never really wanted to. You know, I don't know, man. I'm kind of trying to dig here for something. I wish I never would have had to. I wish I never would have had to. I wish I would have never. I wish I would have never had to. Take all of the things that were maybe few. I wish I would have never had to. I wish I never would have known you. Maybe let's just repeat that first line. I wish I would have never known you. So let's just call the song Never Known You. And that we go like this. Here's the recap of the chorus. I wish I would have never known you. The pain is something that I've always gone through. I wish I would have never had to. I wish I would have never known you. And then maybe you're dealing with unforgiveness in your life, and this song really brings that out in your life. And you're like, man, that's something I had to process out. The hatred I have towards that person. So again, F, A minor, G, 3 chords. I'm literally just trying to fish for a melody. All right, the last one, which I've saved for last because this is going to be really embarrassing, but I love rap music. I do like a lot of stuff. I know there's an artist out there, Andy Mineo is one of my favorites. You know, I grew up listening to different stuff, you know, like Montel Jordan and Bone Thugs and all that. You know, I didn't grow up listening to a lot of rap, but some of the bands I liked. And you know, the hard part is, you know, there's a lot of profanity out there, and you know, how do I rock out to that, you know, and really just, Lord, what honors you? And so it's kind of things you have to work with the Lord in, kind of bring your convictions to the Lord. And so rap music is such good music. How can I use my platform as a songwriter like you guys? How can I write songs that are impactful, that I don't just have to throw like profanity-laced lyrics out there, you know? I'm not a rapper, I don't write rap songs, but I gotta write, I'm gonna try. So I love that we have a lot of role models out there in mainstream and the Christian industry that are writing songs that just about their story. And a lot of times there's God moments in there. Like NF's a great writer. Anyway, so I'm gonna attempt to do a rap. This is gonna be embarrassing, so everyone's gonna be laughing at this. So same chords, F. So I'm just gonna like, let's see. This is gonna be, I don't even know how to rap. Let's see. I'm trying to find a beat. But then just don't laugh at me, okay? So I'm thinking like, so I'm trying to find the melody. Raps have melodies. It's not just someone speaking like, yo, 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 the whole time. Yo, there is some melodies they're following. So maybe something like, maybe there's some like fat beat like, like something like big synth kick drum, and maybe you make that beat on your computer or whatever program you have, and so you're like, how do I find those lyrics? Or I don't even know how to play piano or beat. How to write lyrics? So find a melody. You listen to music, find that melody. So something like, I'm going to make some lyrics up here. Okay, so okay, I'm 33 years old. Maybe I look back at my life. 33, maybe it was a tough year. 33 was a hard year. 33 got the best of me. Let's see. 33. This is gonna be so embarrassing. 33 got the best of me. I like that line. There you go. 33 got the best of me. Boom, here we go. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like could have been worse, or what rhymes with 33? Fee, T, hurdy. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something. It could have been worse. It could have been something like a catastrophe. Could work. Could have been something like catastrophe. This is embarrassing. Catastrophe. I can't even spell that word. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like catastrophe. And I feel like I sound like Eminem right now. But 30. So here we go. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like catastrophe, and something that fun, maybe like. But if I was younger, what arm is 33? 23. Could have been something like catastrophe, and if I wish I could go back to I was 20. If I would have known the better. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like catastrophe. And if I would have known better when I was 20, that makes sense. If I would have known better when I was 23. 23. Oh, I got 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like catastrophe. And if I would have known better when I was 20, this is embarrassing, sorry. When I was 23, then I could have, OG, here we go, I got it. OG is the rhyme. That means outstanding gentleman, right? Or original gangster, either or, I'll take either or. If I would have known better at 23, then I could have been OG. Don't laugh, please. If better than 23, then I could have been considered. I could have been considered. I could have been considered the real OG. Okay, how about that? All right, this is stupid. I know. I hope I'm not like mocking rap, and they'd be embarrassed if they even heard me do this. But here we go. That's my melody. Or some beat like. And maybe there's like an upper melody like. I mean, that's like a high note. They're doing like upper melody on the piano. Let's go back to the melody here. 33 got the best of me. That's just too slow. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like catastrophe. And if I would have known better than I was 23, then I could have been considered as the real OG. That sounds so dumb. 33 got the best of me, and it could have been something like catastrophe. And if I would have known better when I was 23, then I could have been considered with the real OG. All right. I ain't gonna be signed by any label, so my whole point was to hit a few different departments. You had the worship department, you had the kind of the alternative, kind of like just really creative, electronic-y, pop music. Then I kind of hit the like love songs, R&B, then a little bit of rap. I didn't do justice to the rap category, so I apologize. But here's the takeaways I want you guys to walk away with. You only get better at songwriting the more you attempt. The more you pull out your journal, the more you write your emotions, the more you talk about the things that you've gone through. Those are impactful things. That is your testimony. We overcome the enemy by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. The testimony is how we talk to the world. We share our story. It's not the always knocking on the door and accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, or you're going to go to hell. it's sharing the grief because someone can relate to that and say, wow, man, how'd you get out of that? Well, my only hope was Christ, and this is why. Let me tell you the story. So impactful songs have something that you've walked through, not just don't write because you want to be like somebody else. Write your story. Start with the piano, get with the guitar. But the first thing to do is find a melody. So that melody we chose today was or whatever we did before. Find a melody, write some lyrics down. If you play piano, those are 3 chords. That was F, A minor, G. If you're R&B, mess around with those loops they have on the computer. And if you like rap, write lyrics, man. Like you can be profound with lyrics. Use a software, use MasterWriter, use a rhyming software, help you understand. Read a dictionary, do whatever you have to do to push your writing element. Here's the thing that I love, and I'll end with this, is songwriting is a reflection of our Creator. The reason why we do it is because it's a kind of an imprint in our DNA. God has given us that creative skill. For those who are writers, He's given you a talent, and the only way you're going to get better is if you invest in that talent. Don't be the person who takes their talent and buries it in the dirt. And when you meet God face to face someday, He's going to say, hey, what'd you do? How many songs did you write? How did you write for my name? And you're like, I was so focused on trying to get a record out, and I don't have any connections to studios and Spotify. No one's listening to my music. I mean, listen, I've done 15 records. I don't have millions of Spotify views. I don't do, that's not the end goal. The end goal is to enjoy the writing process, to love what you do. Fall in love with the piano and you. Fall in love with the lyrics and everything. If you can be happy with this and this song you just wrote right now, between you and the piano and you and the Lord, that might be the fulfillment and the extent of the life of that song. Are you okay with that? Or is everything you're doing you want to get out there? I got to get out, because if all you're doing is focus on the external, you'll never enjoy what you actually do. So I hope this enjoyed you, the how to write impactful songs. I hope I didn't embarrass anybody's genre, because I'm just trying to be raw and open for you guys. So, hey, enjoy Soflo Camp. Love you guys. We're praying for you all.